Well, for the second week in a row, we are joined now by a few members of the NNU baseball team, and the season just continues to go on. Super regional champs for the first time in school history, going back to the College World Series for the second time in school history. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Doing good.
We got Wade Duncan, Chris Enriquez, Carter Walsh, the pride of Timberline High School. You guys got it done in 2 games, a rather dominant effort. Carter, what does this do for your guys' confidence? Because Cal State Monterey Bay was a really good squad. You guys beat them, outscored them 21-3 over 2 games. You were perfect in the field, 0 errors. I mean, everything just came together, whether it was pitching, defense, or hitting this week.
It gives us a lot of confidence in every aspect of the game. I think we played as a team better than we had all season. It was a combined effort. Guys on the mound, Cole, Ernie, all those bullpen guys, Joe, Wade, John, anybody I'm missing, they all stepped up and just got the job done on the mound. Hitting-wise, I mean, 1 through 9 was dominant. That Cal State Monterey team, they were talented.
Yeah, they were.
There was no doubt about it. Their arms were throwing some heat, but our coaches prepared us, and we worked really hard to get ready through the week and feel like just kind of prepared for the moment.
So I know this was a goal you guys had set way back in the preseason. You thought this year's squad was capable not just going to the West Regional, not just the Super Regional, but the College World Series. How special was that celebration Friday night after the game ended and being able to lift that trophy and share that moment with your teammates?
Oh, it's awesome. We're going back to the fall and everything, the grind and all those days where you just, you're tired and you want to just go to bed. The grind really, when you're celebrating with the boys, it's kind of a different emotion, Just knowing that your grind with the boys just pays off, I guess, You're just there hanging out with the guys like any other day, but it's different, You get you're a champion. But obviously we got another goal.
Wade, as the closer, how long have you been kind of envisioning that moment, closing out a game at Vail Field to punch your guys' ticket to the College World Series? And did you ever get your glove back? You hucked that thing pretty far.
I did get my glove back. I got a good dugout that retrieves that every week for me. But, it's been a vision since I came in as a freshman. Like Chris said, this is one of the best groups I've ever been on, and it's amazing. And like we talked about last week, being able to do it against Cal State Monterey Bay, who ended our season ultimately last year, and we talked about that a lot. But doing it in front of home fans is probably it means the most. There was 800 people at that field. I don't think I've ever played in front of 800 people in my life, and to do it in front of Idaho fans who have been wanting something like that, it means the world.
Well, and it's to accommodate that too. I was talking with Paul Rush last week. Your athletic director is helping carry stands in just to accommodate how packed this place is. And Carter, you're an Idaho kid. You played high school here. To see that type of support, all that, what does that mean to you?
It's special. And it shows how much the people and the staff at NNU really care. We have people living in the summer houses, coming out and picking up trash on the field while we're practicing. We have obviously our athletic director coming out and being willing to move stands. His kids in the winter, when the field would snow and we were on the road, they would come and scoop snow off the field. These kids are 6, 7, 8 years old. It really is special to have such an amazing community at our school, but to be as supported as we are as athletes is incredible from the top down. So.
It's something we talked about last week. You guys really do well when the back's against the wall, time to come up clutch. I think we saw it, top of the 9th inning. You guys put a massive 2-out rally together. That turns out you needed those runs to win that game in regulation. Just how impressive has it been to watch you guys continue to prove it, continue to find those bats when you need them?
I think it's impressive. It just shows the grit that we have as a group, the fight, the relentless that you need to win a championship. We can be as talented as you can be, but it's at the end of the day, it's the grit, the want, the relentlessness to win those ball games, especially late, adding those insurance runs against a very good Monterey Bay team, especially against a really good arm that they had up on the mound. And I feel like, just shows the personality and fight that we have as a group.
Yeah. Guys like Carter and Wade were here last year. You're one of the new pieces on the team this year, Chris. You're not one of there's a few new pieces on the team this year. What do these guys do to make it feel like home right away? And it feels like everybody's bought into their role, whether it be hitting, defense, hanging out around the batting cages, setting the mood. Brian Rojas, is he always at the controls of the music, or was that just the other day?
He is mostly.
Okay, but it just seems like everybody's kind of like knows their role. But how did this become a family for you so quickly?
I mean, I'm a very adaptable person. You know, I have a very big personality, and
I hear that.
And I feel like it's easy for me to adapt. You know, I come in, you know, with the mentality is I got to come earn my spot. You know, just because I came from whatever school I did, whatever I did last year, you know, it doesn't matter. I felt like the competitiveness within the group, and I enjoyed it. Thankfully, I knew Wade before I got here. You know, one of the guys that helped me, you know, kind of get into this group, and we have a lot of good personalities, and a lot of guys kind of welcome me in with open arms.
Okay, so now you guys learn that you are a 5 seed. You don't play Friday, you play Saturday, which means then you turn around and play again on Monday. What are the travel arrangements like to get from Nampa, Idaho, to Cary, North Carolina with about 3.5 days notice?
That's a question for Paul Rush. I do know we have 2 groups for the players that are leaving. We have a 7:45 a.m. flight on Wednesday and an 11:45 flight.
Okay.
All the details are for Paul, not me. I had to get told where to be, and I go. But we're getting out there, and then I think we get there Wednesday. And what do we do? Do we just get there Wednesday, and then Thursday we have practice?
Hopefully you guys get some barbecue or something.
That would be amazing.
Definitely got to have some
That would be
barbecue.
amazing. And then
out
Thursday
there,
we have
something else.
practice, a team picture, putting up a flag, and then I think Friday we have community outreach out there while everyone else is playing. Then obviously Saturday we play. Sunday, I'm glad that we actually got Sunday off, because we've never played on a Sunday this year. So having them honor that, I don't know if they did that on purpose, but that's definitely nice.
I think there's some intentionality to it.
You know, Carter, I wanted to ask you before we wrap up. It felt in moments against Cal State Monterey Bay, it was a bit of a battle between Idaho and California. At least the fans felt it that way. As our local product at a Timberline High School, what does it mean to you to be representing the Gem State and baseball in the Gem State on the big stage and have the opportunity to bring some hardware back to Idaho?
Yeah, obviously Idaho not having a Division I baseball school. I know Boise State had a program a few years ago, but not having one established is hard for baseball. As a high school kid, recruiting was always tough because I was viewed as the Idaho kid. Even though I'd go compete with these guys from California, the Washingtons, you name it. I feel like it just kind of shows that we can hold our own no matter where you're from. We're going to be playing teams from Texas, Tampa, Pennsylvania. You know, who knows? At the end of the day, we're just a group of guys that have all kind of bought into the we want to win mentality, and I think that trumps where you're from at any point.
Yeah. I actually do think that's really cool and super significant, because if you play from Idaho, you have to earn it. You have to prove yourself. And in terms of a collective effort by all the universities, you look at Boise State. Last year in the fall, their football team played for the college football playoff. Sorry guys, I got to bring up College of Idaho for a second here, but in the winter, their basketball team goes and plays for a national championship. And now you guys cap this as the spring sport, baseball, going off and playing for a national championship. And I mean, every season had Idaho on the big stage, and now you guys get a chance to go do that. And we're super proud of you, and we wish you good luck, and go have fun. See what happens, right? Like, go have fun and turn it loose.
Yeah,
Exactly.
thank you so much.
All right, guys, we appreciate it. Again, NNU off to the Division II College World Series. They're in action for the first time next Saturday. And of course, we'll have highlights to continue to follow along. We're back on Sunday Sports Extra right after this.